Okay, New York session. Took a few trades. These are the pairs I look at: Nasdaq, US30, gold, and oil. Um, if I don't find any setup on these pairs, then I'll look at the New York Forex pairs. So I've already listed. I flipped through them and marked my signal days, um, but I didn't look at these at all because I didn't find setups on these pairs. So my New York session starts at the beginning of the second hour, which is the um, H4 bar open. I don't trade the first hour. Uh, so I looked at the pairs. I was bearish on oil. I wanted a high of the day fake out to take it down, but it broke below the previous day low instead. So I was looking for a pullback continuation on oil. And same thing with gold. Wanted it to take a sell from up high, but instead it broke out below the previous day low. So I was looking for a pullback continuation on gold as well. So during the start of my session, I focused just on NAS and US30, and between the two, um, both of them ended on Friday with a bearish breakout day. So I'm bullish above this, bearish below. And with US30, here's the breakout level, bullish above, bearish below. NAS was bullish coming into New York. US30 was bearish. I preferred to take the sell instead of buying from up here. So I opted to trade US30 during the stock exchange open. So US30, um, the open happened right here. It immediately pumped up, pushed up, faked out the H1. And so I took an aggressive entry at the high of the day. And in New York, I don't mind taking aggressive entries because the reward often is pretty good. So I took, when price came back under the H1, I entered with my stop loss high of the day, take profit at the previous day low. Went all the way down, didn't quite hit the previous day low. Once there was this fake out bar here, I exited. I don't want to risk losing all this profit just to make just a tiny bit more. So that was one trade I took. I wasn't watching US30 when this happened, and I don't think I wouldn't. I probably don't like this structure that much, so I probably wouldn't have taken this trade. So I took one trade on US30. Um, this was it, and then Nasdaq. Um, Nasdaq, I didn't have the breakout continuation trade that I prefer on the daily levels, but I did have it on the weekly levels. The week ended in breakout, bullish above, bearish below. And my setup when I'm trading a breakout low and wanting to trade the continuation is I wait for breakout low and I need a fake out of a previous high to continue the move down. So on the daily, I'm looking at the previous H8 high fake out, and it has to be below previous day low. On the weekly levels, I'm looking at the previous day high fake out, and it's got to be below the week breakout low level. So when I had an alert at previous day high, once NAS went up and closed back in with this fake out bar, I started to look for an entry. I took. I liked how the M15 looked like, but I didn't like how the H1 closed. So I was kind of skeptical and didn't take this entry up here where I could hide my stop loss at the high of the day. Instead, I waited for a pullback. Price pulled back, broke the M1 breakout level, and I entered here, another aggressive entry, aiming for the week direction here. So this one didn't work out, a bit aggressive, stop loss. And after that, I jumped up to the 3-minute, waited for another entry. The M15 closed back above, so I wasn't interested anymore. But once the M15 closed back under, then I started to look for another entry again. And I entered on this fake out bar over here on the M3, right below previous day high. So I took that. I aimed for the previous day low, and price got stuck at the bullish H8, H4 breakout level. So once it got there, it hung around for a bit, and I decided to just take some partials here. And yeah, so that was my NAS trade. Took one loss and one pretty good trade on this one. And then shortly after that, oil gave me an entry on the M5. I was waiting for a breakout continuation, and I took another aggressive entry on the M5, breakout, retest, M5 entry, looking to trade all the way down to the previous H8 low. Took some heat, probably should have gone break even at this point, but decided not to. Took a bit of heat. Price just stuck around here for a bit, and I decided to just exit. Didn't like what I was seeing here, so I just exited at pretty much break even with small profit. And yeah, those are my trades. NASDAQ, 2 trades on NASDAQ, 1 on US30, 1 on oil, had no setups on gold. And I do check Forex, although I didn't trade anything. The only entry that I could have traded here is this CAD Swiss H4 fake out. It was a fake out day, broke below previous day low. So it's a breakout low, previous H8 high fake out, which is a breakout continuation setup. I could have taken this on probably on the M5. Let me check. Yeah, there's an M5 entry here that I could have taken down to the low of the day. But yeah, right here. Could have taken that right down to the low of the day. That's the only Forex pair that gave me an entry during my session time. The rest, not interested, or it had already moved. And that's about it. That's the trades I took in New York.